Alrighty, welcome back everybody to the D&D Drawcast, the Rookzer0 Drawcast. Maybe I should change the name on the title. I'm not sure about that. I like the D&D Drawcast, but also not always D&D. Who knew? Anywho, welcome back. It is October 16th. Today is the free draw. We're going to go ahead and start doing that as soon as I put a link in the general chat of the Discord. We are in Discord today. We're using Aggie.io. I am in the live stream Cultivating Art channel, and how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. Go ahead and get that going so I can see things. And there we go. There we go. Alrighty. I had a plan for today, and I don't remember what it was now. Oh, we were going to draw. We're setting up a bit of a campaign later. I was supposed to draw a blood cap today, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw. That's very doable. I don't see why you couldn't. There's lots of I would really highly suggest when you're starting campaigns to just get a module and dig into it, see how it's put together. There's a couple out there, especially Pathfinder has a bunch. I think you can download for free. They're pretty easy to transition over, as well as D&D Beyond. Oh, maybe D&D Beyond doesn't have any. The starter kit is like $20. I don't know. I've just absolutely, if you have the money, go buy it. I'm sure somebody has it on the internet somewhere. And D&D, I hate to say that, but it's somewhere. Don't do that. Don't go do that. Play Blizzard their money. But also Blizzard, maybe free starter kit. That'd be pretty great. I think that'd be a great way to get people into D&D, to give away a module for free. I mean, that's something you can always do. Like the fantasy setting of D&D is really just a choice thing. Like, you can make D&D work however you want. Kale, welcome. That's good. We are in the Discord chat. If you want to come hang out, you're very welcome to. Otherwise, the YouTube chat is just fine. Can't decide how gnome/red cap I want to make this look, because part of me wants to stick to the really creepy kind of monster manual red cap, but I also like the kind of fey nature of. You want no magic? If you're making a modern day D&D game, you should really just look up the Fate system, because they have that, and it's done, and it's free, and you can just go get it. I think that's a better way to do it. Because if you're taking D&D and then just ripping it apart, like you're not using D&D anymore. You're just using the Roll20 system, and they have so much free content for that I would just do that. Yep, that exists. You can definitely find all the information and stuff you need for that online. In fact, Monster of the Week, that's it. Yeah. And then you can just choose whether or not to put the magic system in if you want it, and if you don't want it, it works. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do some really cool stuff with the Roll20 system. The Fate system works really well too, because it's actually simpler than the Roll20 system. But the Roll20 system, I've seen people make like X-Men campaigns. I've seen people make Harry Potter campaigns with it. You can basically take anything and just adapt it to it. It's pretty simple. No, it's. I mean, you could look that up on your phone if you want. It's just a rule set. Yeah. But well, you can definitely do that. That just sounds really, I don't know. Sounds kind of backwards to how I would normally tell people to design something. There you go. Okay, well, I've said my piece. Good luck. that's all I can say for you. That's good luck. I hope it works out for you. If you need help, throw it at the Discord. See what they say. But designing is always difficult. It's always I can't help you then if you're not going to take my advice. Well, yeah. Yeah, I honestly don't know how to help you at this point. Sorry. I got nothing for you. Which is sad because I want to help, but yeah. The things I've said are the things I've said, and that's what I got. I don't know what else to say. DTYM, how are you today? Hope you're doing all right. We are in the free draw mode, so people are welcome to come doodle. They know there's a new patch that just came out that broke it on my PC for about 2 days. Just kept crashing over and over again. But they seem to have fixed it. Let's do some of this. I got asked to work on some 3D models for the Aegis Online program, which is now on Steam, but it's not, how do I want to say it, like, still in beta, basically, but it's available now, and so we're working on trying to update it, which I'm super excited for. I think that's going to be great. I don't know if the beta keys are still available. I think they are if we ask for them, but, so I've been looking at Roll20, and I've been trying to get the Patreon game working for Roll20, but if we get some of these other things built up over the next week or two, I might switch to that, because I do like it. I do really like the Aegis, because it's 3D and it's intuitive for the tools and just needs more assets. So yeah, Roll20 is not an intuitive program, which is kind of a bummer, but the function is there, which is great, but not intuitive. Not intuitive. What are you drawing, Druid? An orc. It is still October. I have abandoned Inktober, just because of the weirdness that is my life right now. I've been working on some other stuff. I very much want to work on my own game. Sorry to hear that. I'm a big fan of not poo-pooing on yourself, so I hope you stop poo-pooing on yourself and just... takes lots of effort. And even like, yeah, I feel like there's, when I started drawing, I mean, years and years and years ago, you know, on cave paintings and stuff, the effort in which I put into art has not changed. Like it's still the ease I have at drawing has lessened, because I'm just used to holding the pencil. So like I remember when I was young and I would draw, my hand would get really cramped and I would kind of get tired, and that's frustrating. And then you would finish something and you'd be frustrated with it. But now, like when I sit down, I put way more effort into my drawings, and like it's mentally fatiguing, and my stamina has increased, I guess. But I still have that same, like you sit down and you're like, oh, you gotta really work at what you're doing, or it just kind of goes off the rails. So like the struggle for art, I think, is not changed much. Like you kind of always have that like, oh, art is tough, but the drive gets better, I guess, is a good way to say it. You just kind of figure it out. So if you're struggling with, oh, my art looks like crap, like that's something you practice and you keep getting better and you keep looking and you keep doing it. But if you're like, man, I hate doing this, you know, maybe you're not doing the right medium. Like try some other things, because I really don't like certain types of painting. I just don't enjoy it. So yeah, hit me. Is it Saturday? Did I screw up and is it the wrong day? Okay, no. My days have dissolved, and so the only thing that keeps my weekly, I literally use the YouTube stream as my calendar now. It's like, what did I do yesterday? Okay, great. Today's Friday. So it could very well be a Saturday. If you feel like it's a Saturday, you know, let me know. But it's a free draw Friday. That's good. Okay, so we didn't lose a day. That's good to hear. Kale says the great for today. They're a 3D artist is easier to get into. That's very true. 3D art is actually, it's kind of interesting because the tools are getting easier and more accessible, which is great. So it is actually easier to get into 3D art. But at the same time, I think it's the same thing. Like you're trying to make stuff, and part of it is technical knowledge and trying to get used to programs. Just like art, you're trying to get used to like different mediums that you like and try. And then after that, you sit down and you really gotta focus in on what you want to do. So yeah. Yep, I still have that problem all the time. What was it? There's a thing that happens to me every now and again. Like I just got a sticker printed, and I love it. It is a commission I did for someone quite a while ago, and I did it and I turned it into them, and they liked it, and I was happy with it. And then I forgot about it for months and months and months and months and months. And I went back, and I remember when I turned it in, I was like, oh, you know, I didn't do a lot of extra detail on this one. I sometimes will go in and add like a whole lot of crazy coloring, but this one was really kind of, I want to say basic coloring for my standards. But I went back and I looked at it, and I was just like, holy crap, that's the best thing I've ever drawn in my life. So at the time when I turned it in, I was like, this is enough, but I could spend like 5-10 more hours on it. But I can't for the commission because it wouldn't be viable. But like the simplicity and the line work of it, I love it so much that I turned it into a sticker. And I was like, hey, do you mind if I turn your commission into a sticker, and I'll send you a couple, because it's one of my favorite pictures. But I don't think I would have had that feeling had I not kind of almost forgotten about it and come back to it. So I think there's part of it is critique, like you just have internal criticisms of yourself when you do artwork, and the other part of it is just spending the time to change the things you want to change about your art. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's not a bad way to do it. For a long time, we talked about like even Druid because of the way your art works. I used to do a little more of a painterly style, and mind you, not anywhere near your level. But I tried for a long time to get into that painterly style because that's what industry wanted. And so I practiced and practiced and practiced. And some of the works I did for it were really good. I was happy with them. But I didn't enjoy doing it. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't enjoy digital painting the way that I think I would have to if I wanted to do it for a job. I very much like digital sketching. I just like it better. It's more fun. So, kind of have to decide where you want to put your time and effort and figure that stuff out. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That is a good point, yeah. So what Drew just said was, even if you can't find like the job you're looking for, because you're not producing what the jobs you want, I guess, it's easier to find an audience now because of the internet than it used to be. Whereas like, look at like Frank Frazetta, like he found a great audience over time, but before the digital mediums, I don't think he was really as well known as he is today. And like super influential to me, but like I wouldn't have seen a lot of his stuff because I only would have had access to like a handful of movies that were already too old for me and books that I wouldn't have read, like his cover art and stuff. So I'm really glad that I was able to find him later in my art career. But I wish I would have been able to study him more. And if I had studied him at the time, I probably would have gotten into traditional art mediums way more, because that's what he was into. Lots of paintings. But his sketches are also really solid, and I love them, and I use them for inspiration all the time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Norman Rockwell. Oh, really? See, I did that the other way around. But I went to a pretty weird art school, so that doesn't. My high school art teacher. Sure. Dang it. Come on, pen. That would, that's a big step in improving your art, is just kind of finding styles you love and exploring art. It's something one of my instructors for college used to do, which I hated, but I appreciate. Was where's everyone chatting in Discord? We are in the live stream chat on the Rookzer0 server. I think you're pretty sure you're in this server. You have tabs. Let me double check. If you lost the link, there should be a link in the description below if you want to jump back in. But I'm pretty sure you're in this server somewhere. What my instructor used to do, and like I said at the time, it was a lot of work and I hated it. Every single semester that you took a sculpture class, she would make you do a presentation on 5 current artists. So she made you find 5 artists that were influential or close to your work style and talk about them. And at the time I was like, this is stupid. I hate this. It's a giant presentation. I don't want to do a presentation. I want to do art. But it forced me to actually like look around at artists. And I found a lot of really cool artists that I love because of it. So, yeah. Yep. Because you have to start looking at your work as, how am I relatable to what is being done? And that's an important part about being an artist, is kind of Not just like, hey, look, I can draw an apple really good. It's like, well, do you like drawing apples? How is that important? Why is that important to you and to everybody else? Exactly, yeah. There's a sculptor out there that does really weird. I want to say really weird, but they're not really weird. They're actually they're surreal. They're surreal animal sculptures that are like really highly sexualized. And it's like, this stuff is creepy and I hate it, but I also kind of like it. And I really had to like do a deep dive of why these weird, just disturbing sculptures were like so influential to me. And it's this cool blend of like hyper surrealism with emotion. And it's like, I'm really bad at that. I'm really bad at drawing emotion into my artwork, but I love how she did it. And so that was kind of a big opening moment for me for like, I don't have these things in my artwork. I don't have these aspects that I think she does a really good job of. And so that was, that's a great way to grow, is just by looking at your art and comparing it with other artists. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Let's see if I can find it. Paul, you are very welcome to come draw with us today. It is Free Draw Friday. Found it. Let me see if I can find. We're talking about art. Free Draw Friday. Here we go. Beth Kavner. Beth Kavner. There we go. I'm gonna post this in the. Well, I mean, it's sculpture and it's art. I'm gonna post it in the live stream chat. Roar! Welcome, Kale. You're very welcome to jump into the live stream just to listen if you want. A lot of people do that. That's no problem. Then you can hear the other side of the conversation. But there we go. They are very unruly and just bananas sometimes. I wish I had two big canaries coming out of my... What? I wish I had two big canines coming out of my lower jaw. I'd finally get some respect. Raider, good luck. Oh, okay. If they are referring to the orc, that makes more sense. Braid is just two small marbles banging together. There you go. We all have different mechanisms. So yeah, her Beth Carver's art installation of Human was just amazing, and it's all clay sculpture, and she gets so much really cool detail and flow in there, and it's just like, man, I wish I could draw that. And so, lots of really cool stuff. Maybe a little not safe for work, but I know a lot of her pieces were about her pregnancy and her son. Like, yeah, it's like human stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just trying to explore everything about humanity through foxes, which is really cool. So it's kind of this weird, macabre surrealism that I just find really cool, and I feel like I'm not great at that, but it's something I would like to achieve eventually. So yeah, a little bit. It's like Miyazaki sculpture, which is great, because I think he does the same thing. Like he finds very human emotions and stuff inside of usually very simple cartoons. Like he's able to put that humanity into it, and it's great. Didn't he also say he hated anime? It was. I think he hated the laziness of animation. Or animators. Yeah. There is definitely a level of lazy animation out there because it's just you know, it's the means to an end, which whatever. Yeah, it's a medium and it's effective, and it's not something he's into, or was into. Yeah, sorry, I just talked over you. Go ahead. Yeah. So that's totally okay too. So yeah, if you're bumming out because you're like, oh, my art's not good, or I need to work, it's like, you really just need to work more at it. I mean, that's it. That's all there is to it. And if yeah. Because there is a level of, this is specifically for when I moved out here to the Seattle area, and I was like, I'm gonna get a job at Bungie. I went and I looked at Bungie stuff, and I wanted to get a concept artist job, and oh my god, I love their concept art so much, and I hate doing it. It's just like, man, I do not want to do this ever. It's so meticulous and just like not fitting my art style, and I pushed and I pushed and I pushed, and I just like drained myself trying to do it, and then at the end of the day it wasn't good enough. I didn't get the job, and I was just like, I just don't want to do that. Why am I doing something I hate to try to get a job that I'll probably not enjoy? And maybe I could get there and then like start influencing other things. Like that's an option. That's, you know, that's something I could have done, but it's a choice. Yeah. So I decided instead to start, you know, doing my own thing. And, you know, I'm not rich, but, you know, I have a lot more. I enjoyed this a lot more than I think I would have enjoyed working at yeah. Then again, it would be nice to be rich. Oh, the things I could do with so much money. Yep. Just want so much money. Somebody post the raccoon. Somebody post the money raccoon. Yeah, but what about money? Yeah, I think it's nice to be able to do that, and that's like, I've worked for some people that have been able to do that with very little money, which is really cool. But at the end of the day, like, you know, you need to eat. Yeah. And that's why, like, I kind of want to work on my video game, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I don't have the means to say, hey, I need help with coding, here's some money. And so I don't think it's fair of me to I'd either have to learn it myself, which would then, you know, stall it out and I'd lose time doing this, or I'd have to, yeah. So it's one of those balance things, and that's fine. It's just, you know, where do you devote your time? And if your time is not, enjoyable, you know, maybe it's not worth spending time doing it. So, are you doing it for money, or are you doing it for fun? I'm doing YouTube for both. Yeah, I mean, even like Minecraft took what, like the original concept for Minecraft, I think I'm gonna throw a number out there. I think it took 5 years before he released it, and even then, it still took a team of people like 10 years before they released the real version of the game. Forever, yeah. Yep. So, same. I did too, and I lost my my account because I think I didn't transition it when I was supposed to my Microsoft account. Oh, I've tried. Yeah, I have. That's fair. I've not wanted it back enough to put the effort into getting it back. Yep. Same. Yeah, sandbox mode is for people that are scared of creepers. Animation is hard. Animation is hard, yeah. Yeah. Raider is saying it's sad how much 80s anime looks compared to modern stuff. I don't know if I agree with that, because 80s animation had its own unique style because it was hand drawn and it was cell shaded or cell animated, which has its own unique style and it looks really good. But like the animations were like highly repetitious and recycled a lot, low frame rate, because it had to be cheap, and that kind of is a bummer. Whereas like things like Steven Universe and Gravity Falls, like I think their animation style, like I really like that animation style. It's very fluid and bubbly, and I don't think you would have been able to do that without the digital medium, just because of how clean and crisp it is now. So it definitely, they're interesting and they're different. Was it really? I didn't know that. Yeah. 10, yeah. Okay. Yeah, 10 years of animation doesn't sound like something that's viable. And I mean that's how Disney got through, is they basically just worked a butt ton of people to death. Yep, that's very true. Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not. Disney definitely made a lot of cool jumps for animation. Oh, the shadow boxing? What was the first Miyazaki film? I'm trying to think. Is it the pig guy? Maybe that was the first mainstream one. I don't remember. Okay. Gotcha. Yep. Okay. That would make sense. Yeah, see, Disney was doing cell shading in 40? I keep saying cell shading. Cell shading is a completely different thing. I have a look in reference to chat. What? I have. Oh, just found a funny photo. Okay. $73. Okay. Oh, 63. Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I think Disney did definitely blast them. If people are talking in reference to chat, I cannot click on it. I'm sorry. I'm in voice channel chat. Because it causes me to like bounce all over the place. Say that again. Okay. 79. Yeah, still really good. Super good stuff. Oh, see, now that makes that. Yeah, that's a personal story. I'm not going to talk about anyways. I will fight you. All right, I think this is my red cap. I think this is gonna be my red cap. He's spiky. He's spiky and he's covered in thorns. Something that makes me sad that I just realized with Final Fantasy 14, because we were playing it a little bit yesterday. I guess I didn't stream that, or did I stream that? I don't think I did. I was on Twitch. When the little Lalafels ride a chocobo, it's a small chocobo. I think they should all be the same size. I think they should all have giant. They should just be regular sized chocobos with a little tiny Lalafell in the back. Who? I don't know if I was on Twitch for that part. Yeah, I think we played Dark Souls on Twitch yesterday, and then didn't stream Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, we were streaming it to Discord. That's what it was. Papaya. Go. There you go. 3 o'clock. That is something you are hosting, so I will not be recording it. And will probably not be on the YouTube channel. It might be on Druid's YouTube channel, maybe? Maybe? Sure. And yeah, don't stress yourself out about that. I just want just so people know, this is not something I'm hosting. This is not part of the channel or the Patreon stuff. So it's your own jam. But I am hosting your stuff on the channel because why not? That's great. I love it. Let's do it. I do. I just want to break things with shields. I have so many shields. Got a shovel. Got a shovel and I got a shield. Those are the two things I have. Shovel Knight stole my jam. Makes me sad. Oh, yeah? Oh, no. I love platforming. I have the same problem with, like, story-driven RPGs. It's like, if I can't play the game and skip every cutscene, then I don't want to play it. it's just like, it's probably a great story. I just don't care. I just don't care at all. Nope, absolutely not. I will not play Persona. It looks cool. I'll watch Persona, but God, if I'm not pushing the button, I'm not happy. So. Yeah. Yep, I have a few friends like that. Then I'll basically just be like, "So, did you play Death Stranded?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, sell it to me in 15 words." And like, impossible. I'm like, just yeah, no, it's doable. But like, it's definitely like, I don't know. I'm just not. I don't have time to do that. It's an experience game, yeah. Which is I mean, it's kind of sad. I used to play those all the time. Like I played through the Naughty Dog. What did Naughty Dog make? Nate Drake games. Uncharted, yeah. So I played all 3 of the Uncharted games. Those are kind of the last 3. I guess I played The Last Guardian. That was probably the last kind of RPG thing I played. That was a good game. Definitely beautiful. Definitely a beautiful game. Did also play through that. But yeah, so like when I was a lot younger, I did kind of play through those long form games. But more recently, I was just like, I'd rather jump into a game with my friends and see if it can last an hour, and then I gotta go do other stuff. And yeah, it's just good. Right? Yeah. So I definitely do like things like World of Warcraft is okay when you have the time. Same thing with Final Fantasy. It's like I'm not really going to be invested in the story, but I'm here to hang out with people and do some cool shit. Like, let's see what happens. But yeah, it is what it is. And that was one of the things, like you said. Well, go ahead. Oh. Yes, but it's convoluted. You ready? So what you do is you make a new layer. I'll do this with you. Hold on a second. So I'm gonna paint my hat green. Whoops. Let's make a new layer first. I'm gonna paint my hat green real quick. Then what you do is you make a new layer on top of that, and you create a clipping mask of it. Toggle clipping group. And then you can basically just fill in that whole layer with a color. Well, that's weird. Why didn't that fill in all the way? Oh, interesting. You can fill with not full opacity. Let's not do that. So I don't know if you can see on my screen now. Have a look at reference to chat. I already looked at that, didn't I? I'm so confused. So confused. Anyways. Rook's not going to care about the story until the Halberd story. Wait, Hildebrand. What is this? Oh! I actually have done part of that. Pretty dope. Okay, I didn't post anything. Okay, that's fine. So, once you have that clipping mask, then you can basically just paint over what you want to paint over. But then you can use the layer modes to change things. Like you can change it from normal to, let's say, let's go color. And then you should be able to just shift that color around a little bit with basically just like painting over the top of it with those colors. But yeah, so unfortunately there's no like actual hue shifting of the color, but you can at least select just the color and start painting through it. So yeah, it's chunky and backwards, but whatever. I can't delete these layers now. Whoop, 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 dup. And then he was gone. I feel like because he's a red cap, I need to like squish him. Boing, boing. Oh, Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy. Okay. Oh, man. Kale, I really, really hate modeling. I'm just gonna... I hated so much 3D modeling in college, and, oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. Yep. Definitely, I think we'll do that next week. We'll do some... I still have a commission I need to finish, which I need to do that. Probably finish that up this weekend. I don't know if I want to blend that over to next week. Gotta finish the video, too. Dang it. There's so much stuff to do. There's always stuff to do. I have not modeled a person in a long time, so that'll be interesting. I'll probably do that on Tuesday. Tuesday, Thursday next week. Might be worth actually like getting ZBrush installed and just breaking down the models. I don't have ZBrush anymore. I keep forgetting that. I might have an old... I don't know if I have an old student version that might work. I doubt it. I doubt it. Yeah. Z-spheres. Hoo hoo hoo. If you don't want to, it's cool. I do. It's the thing. Like, that's the thing. I want to work on it. I want to help. I want to build that stuff. Yeah, Sculpt in Blender. Exactly. I just hate Blender so much. They just... oh, man. I mean, I've used Blender. I've used Blender quite a bit at this point. Yeah. Yep, I have had used CAD. It's basically just lines. Lines without polys. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like the maker community is amazing, and I love it. And there's such a resurgence for basically like the old maker bots. Used to, like when they first came out, you had to build them from scratch. They didn't send you the maker bot; they sent you the plans, and you had to mill, cut, and do it all yourself. And they just sent you like here's the element, and you're like, great, cool. So I've built one or two of those, but only after people basically machined the parts for me. I do not want to do that again. I do not want to do that again. So there is still like the novelty of doing it. But unless you're like really into the idea of kind of designing your own machines and needing the creativity of like, well, maybe I need to make this the size of a car because I want to print something very specific, I almost think it's worth just buying the equipment that already exists. Just because, how do I say this? I used to be in the mentality that I don't need to buy the right tools because I can make the tools myself. And I've learned I cannot do that. And so now I'm at a point in my life where it's just like, buy the right tool the first time and then use the tool easily and often. So Definitely different. ZBrush is like $48 a month now, depending on whatever version you want. What? Is that $48 a month? Or is that like $42.8? Because that's a big difference. Oh man. Yeah, when I was in college, ZBrush was like $4,000. And then they were like, "Oh, we'll sell it to students for $700." Wink, 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 wink. And you're like, "Why are you winking? What does that mean?" And they basically just like locked all of your save files, so they're all, so you couldn't sell them. Which I don't know if that actually worked or not, but it's like, I don't know. You shouldn't have to charge students $700 to learn how to use your program. That's not good marketing. Adobe, looking at you. Looking at you, Adobe. And Autodesk. Yeah. You have to pay to open their files. Gross. Adobe's driving me up the wall. But whatever, I like it. I learned on their stuff, and I'll keep using it. But I really wish I didn't have to pay them the way they make me pay them. That's the argument, though. Like, oh, Blender's really good for it's the fact that it's free. And that's just like every free game you ever play. It's like, oh, this game sucks donkey balls, but it's free, so I guess it's okay. It's like, no, just make the game good. Just make the game better. That is an Alex Kamal expanse. Well, probably not sucks donkey balls, but donkey balls is that's an expanse joke, and I love it. Not YouTube friendly. Oh, was that the I saw the picture of the wet cat, and I just kind of assumed that that's a WAP joke. Gotcha. Couldn't do that kind of stuff when they were at College Humor. I don't know if that's true or not. Blender is good. It definitely used to be the, well, it's free category. Now it's just good moving up. Yeah, I wish they would. Once my biggest issue with Blender is that the interface is, when it was designed to not be like everything else. And it's like, that is the stupidest thing you can think of. Like, there's a reason everything else is the way it is. Like, and that's the big, I think they had the same mentality as a lot of people, like, oh, this is the WoW killer, or this is the Halo killer game. It's like, we went the complete opposite direction of the thing that everybody loves. And it's like, don't do that. Like, take the good from it and then improve upon it. And I think Blender's doing that. Like, Blender is finding a really good way to take a lot of very powerful things and pull them out of the proprietary software and make them functional, which is great. Blender is functional. It's just not at all user-friendly or intuitive, and that's completely avoidable. It's completely avoidable, and they just haven't done it. So, makes me upset. Makes me upset. That's my pet peeve. One of my pet peeves. No, functionality first. Like, make things work beautifully well and then add all the flavor. And that's just Blender's like, what about add this thing? It's like, great, how do you access it? Well, you hit 14 shortcuts, and then you have to go into your file formats, and then you delete this over here, and then you reload the program and install it and import 4 other files, and then it works. And it's like, Blender, make it a button. just make a button, put it on the UI, and we're good to go. So good. So good, Blender. No. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the design principles as well. Like, that's how And that's one of the reasons like Apple kind of starts screwing things up, because they're like, oh, you know what would be great if we made it look like this? And it's like, the phone's going to snap in half. And they're like, nah, it's fine. And then all the phones snapped in half. And they're like, make sure the phone is strategically sound first, then make it look cool. Like, what are you doing? It's chaotic. It's chaotic. You know, that's not uncommon though. Like that's a thing across the board. Like architects do that all the time. They're like, okay, we're gonna make this whole building out of glass, and it's like, you're gonna what? don't do that. Don't do that at all. Use bricks. Yeah. You forgot you were here? How did that happen? I knew Jonas was here. I've been judging him for not being in the call, or not drawing with us today. Yeah, whatever you want. That is inaccurate. You're right there, buddy. You okay? Sorry, I went on my Blender rant. I go on my Blender rant quite often whenever people tell me to use Blender. We used to have, there was a program called, so 3ds Max and Maya fought forever, and they still kind of do. And then ZBrush came out, and it was just amazing for what it could do. But it wasn't owned by Adobe, and they wouldn't sell their stuff, not Adobe, Autodesk, and they wouldn't sell ZBrush to Autodesk. So Autodesk is like, well, we're going to make our own sculpting thing, and it was called Mudbox. And it was the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen, and I have books on it, and I've used it a bunch, and I hated it so much. And so all the time, my teachers would be like, oh, just open up Mudbox. And I'm like, no, out of principle, I refuse to open this program. And oh, did I hate it. I still hate it to this day. And I had access to it for like 10 years, and I never used it, just because I hated it so much. It's Autodesk's version of ZBrush. It is the Adobe of 3D modeling. So, yep, Blender's the free version. It's the smart way to go. I think Blender is still much better than Mudbox. So there's that. Blender's good. It definitely uses the it's free category, but it's not meta. Solid. There were less solid 3D UI design tropes in the 90s. Can the orc have a bowler cap? Suit and tie. What is going on here? Yeah, no, there were a lot of problems with that kind of stuff. Like I remember the original 3DS 3D Studio. The original 3D Studio, I think it was 4. 2? Before it was Max, it was just 3D Studio, and I had some of those when I was in like high school because I wanted to 3D model. I thought that was the coolest shit. You couldn't make like spheres the way you make spheres now, where you just like click them and drag them. You had to click a point, pick a vertice, and then type in all the math to make the sphere appear. And then they came out with NURBS, which was like, what if mesh on a circle? And you're like, this is amazing. And now all of that stuff is just completely irrelevant. It's just like you can do whatever you want with it now. And it's like, oh man, I learned nothing. And so there's a point where 3D modeling is super cool and I love it. And then there's a point where it's just like the programs make it tedious and unenjoyable to me. And part of that is because I learned so much of it in 3D Studio Max. So it's a different kind of art. It's a different kind of art medium that I don't know. Weird. But we'll get into that. Monday or Tuesday we'll do some Blender. And we'll see if my brain explodes. We'll see if my brain explodes. I'll probably be fine, and we'll make something really cool. ZBrush is only like $45 depending on what you want to do. Yeah, Jacob was saying that as well. Oh, is Doughboy Jacob? Gotcha. Sorry. Hey, I told you. I just read the names as they show up. I'm just looking at the chat. But yeah, no, I think, I don't know if it's worth me getting back into it just because of, I could, I guess. Who knows? I do enjoy sculpting a lot more than I do just 3D modeling. Mind you, I don't want to flex on that. I'm pretty good at hard surface 3D modeling because I did it a lot. And making like low poly objects for Unity 3D. It's just not fun. It's just not super fun. Because a lot of times, especially like environmental, it's like, oh, we needed 5 rocks. And it's like, okay, great. Just mash those together. So who knows? I did make those coins. I made those 3D coins, which were pretty dope. Those are literally just extruded cylinders. Took me like 10 minutes to make. It was great. I do enjoy, oddly enough, I enjoy texture mapping. It's really fun. So. Hold on a second. Let me check something real quick. Oh, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to redraw the red cap, but tiny and stupid. Yeah, I want the hat to be like most of the character. I did not draw my rugby today. I forgot to draw my rugby. That's what I've been trying to do this week. Trying to draw rugby at least once every day. I don't think I need the nose. I don't think I need it. Let's look up the red caps again. See what they actually look like. Oh, I finally finished the logo. So there's the Redbubble shirts are up. Sponsor alert, by the way. Not sponsored. It's just me. It's just me, I guess. I don't have to say sponsor. Red cap. Pathfinder. No, those look like gnomes. The D&D red caps look crazy. Such a weird design. Kind of dig it though. Unless I'm looking, I don't. Maybe I found a picture of a red cap that's not a red cap. There we go. I found it. What is this from? It's from 3rd edition? Nope. It just doesn't exist. Who made this picture? Red cap, mad cap. Oh, this is the mad cap. Okay. Pretty great. They look like fish monsters, which I kind of dig. Sculpt something with voxelized meatballs. What inspires you? I don't know if Kale's even in the live stream chat. How's the bowler hat? Good? Druid wants to know how the bowler cap is. 'Cause, 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 Oh boy. Why don't you say excuse me, not excuse me, bless you for coughing, but for sneezing only? Why don't we say bless you when people cough? So coughing's normal, but sneezing is like super weird. Yeah, but wait, but how? Why not? Why not say it when people cough? Oh, I don't. Okay, maybe that's something I just don't do. Bless you. It does. It feels weird. In France? If your friends are wishing you death when you're coughing, I may find new friends. That would be my suggestion. Maybe not. Okay, but yeah, so still back to the only sneezy things, which is weird. Maybe, I guess, I don't know. It's such a weird design. Ah, don't suck up those sneezes or the devil gets in. I gotcha. See, now if that was really the case, though, if someone sneezes, you should just throw salt at them. Just be like, no! Get! Go on, get! You get out. Okay, here's my red cap. I'm going to draw my rugby for the day. What? Oh, hello. Welcome to the chat. Today we're drawing an Aggie if you want to come draw with us. Gotcha. Well, welcome. Welcome to the chat. I'm Rookzer0. Welcome to the Drawcast today. Got some new people, which is good. I need to go back to the YouTube chat, otherwise I won't know what the hell's going on here. Rugby as a red cap. I will definitely draw rugby as a red cap. That'll be super good. Oh, the Dark Souls rugby does not exist, and rugby is not the Dark Souls rugby. Dark Souls rugby was an abomination, and we're going to go ahead and say that's not canonical from now on. I am totally fine with saying that, you know, rugby eventually spawned from the lineage of the Dark Souls rugbies. But, yeah, extended universe. Sorry, I just now got that you said that. Yeah. Extended universe of the rugby verse. Man, if people don't play Dark Souls D&D, like, I feel like they're missing out. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we should say. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna start saying "bless you" when people cough. I'm gonna start doing that right now. That's my thing. Dark Souls Rugby isn't YouTube safe. Dark Souls Rugby probably isn't YouTube safe. Oh my goodness! Why didn't I give Rugby a little hat? That's adorable. I did give him. Yeah, he's got the little. Like if I go to the. Did I update that yet? I don't actually know if I did. That's the real question. Let's find out. I've not updated that yet. He did have a. Oh, I got to do the Santa hat Rugby too. For next month. That's going to be super good. Okay, let's get this going on here. As a Viking? What? No, he's just standing on a pumpkin. The stickers will come out. They should be sent out to the Patreon members here next week. I hope they get there before Halloween. I don't know if they will, but I hope they do. We'll find out. Last chance, yep. Drew's last chance for orc modifications. That's not something I thought I'd say today. Great job, everybody. Put that on the shirt. Scruffy beard like I pictured above. Yeah, he doesn't have the chin beard. How can I make Rugby look more like a red cap besides just giving him a red cap? I guess I need to cover him in blood. That's the thing red caps have. Just I gave him little pupils. Is that not red cap enough? Maybe he needs a beard. Oh, I didn't give my guy a beard. That's okay. Oh. Yeah, kind of. And they have big metal boots. Boots. They just do. They have a natural metal boots that they kick people with. No, I mean Rugby doesn't wear shoes normally. He's just got little goblin feet. I don't think so. I think he just got big metal boots. I don't know. I feel like most fake creatures wouldn't wear iron, but they wear metal boots, so. Oh, that's terrible. My feet hurt. Take your boots off. No! They're mine. They're my boots. Oops. Gotta give him that red hat. I'm all about that red hat, yo. Oh, gross. Okay, we're gonna go like this because the hat is slowly draining of the blood. Not YouTube safe. Trigger warning for blood. Everyone hang tight. Who knows? I don't think so. I mean, maybe. I mean, maybe. Yep. What? I didn't know there was a hat. Oh, poor Rugby. Poor Rugby. Oh yeah, red caps. All about. Don't bleed in the forest or the red caps will get you. That's the rule. Oh yeah, I guess I should give him a little like red coat, right? He's already kind of wearing a red leather tunic. Bam. There we go. Red cap Rugby. Just crazy. I mean, that's kind of the weird thing about. Okay, that's a weird picture. Here we go. I'll give him the arms too. Give him a little coat. Oh, I didn't say I was putting the arms in it. I was just giving him the armholes. Red cap Rugby. I'm all about this. Whoops. Wrong layer. Wrong layer. Oh, I need to do push-ups for that. Oh, I'm not going to do push-ups right now. Better. Much better. Much, much better. Okay. White teeth. We did it. All right. Red cap Rugby. It is 11:30. He's already being consumed. Since I don't think I was ever made clear, flea market is burning palace. Okay, gotcha. Been playing any Baldur's Gate 3? Lance, I have not been playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm probably gonna wait until the full release of it, or at least like I don't know, a stable patch before the game, so the game doesn't explode. Interesting. Apparently, somebody beat it in like 4 minutes. A speedrunner beat the game in 4 minutes, which I mean, that's fine. Like, I think the original Baldur's Gate was not. If you know exactly what you're supposed to do, like, it's a puzzle. The whole game is a puzzle you're trying to solve. Yeah. Absolutely. So I'm not super like bummed out about it, but it's also like, why are you speedrunning the pre-patch of Baldur's Gate? What are you doing? That's not the point. That's not the point at all. You're supposed to spend 4 hours in character customization and then rampage your way through the world. Go for the eyes, boo, the eyes. That's what that game's about. No, I think I'm about ready to call it here. I think this is a good level of stuff we drew today. We talked about some good stuff. We talked about art. We talked about college. Didn't talk about D&D very much. Well, whatever. Alrighty. What am I drawing right now? Yep, okay. This has gone wildly off the rails. I think it's probably a good time to call it for the day. So I'm gonna go try to get some stuff done, get some lunch, and then if you guys want, are we streaming here in this chat room, or did you want to use the other chat? I guess we would just have to make people playing to be adventurers, and then they can talk and other people can listen. Is that the way you want to do it? Sounds good. So, yeah. I'll probably be back around. I mean, I'm going to hang out for a little bit longer after the stream here, so we'll probably just shut that down and then talk a little bit about that stuff, and then we'll figure that out. So thanks, everybody, for watching. I hope you all had fun. Next time, maybe we can get more people in the draw. It is the Free Draw Fridays. Monday and Tuesday next week will probably be early morning streams. I might be working on commissions. I might be working on 3D stuff. We don't know yet. We'll find out. It'll be fun. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday should be the normal morning streams. Wednesday will be the viewer suggestions. So think about your D&D characters you want drawn, and we'll go from there. So stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table, and we will see you next week. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Time screen.